FloweyKOBK, and today I'm going to tell you about Chick-fil-A and the wonderful 2 years that I worked there, because Chick-fil-A was extremely fun. So, working at Chick-fil-A was probably the best experience I've had, especially in the 2 darkest years of my life. That was like the light in my darkness, was Chick-fil-A. My coworkers were awesome. I had some really funny coworkers. One of them being a manager named Alyssa that I still hang out with to this day, and she and I are really close friends. Another manager was Rick. He was really funny. He made all kinds of jokes. Like one time Alyssa was in the back and she goes, "Everybody in the kitchen say yeah," and everyone was like, "Yeah." And Rick goes, "Woo." And Alyssa's like, "Gosh darn it, Rick, you're supposed to say yeah." And then from then on, we'd all go up to him and be like, "Hey Rick," he'd be like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Do the owl thing." He'd be like, "Woohoo," or whenever he'd get excited, he'd go, "Woohoo," and it was just so funny, because it was like one of the things that made us really happy. And then other co-workers would joke around and do silly stuff, and Alyssa and I had like all kinds of inside jokes we used to do. And we used to make fun of one of the other managers, but I'm not going to say his name. But he would constantly be on his phone during his shift. So Alyssa and I made this joke. We'd be like, here he is, like, "I'm gonna go text my wife," and he would disappear in the back for a few hours and he wouldn't do anything to help us on front. And we'd all make jokes about it. And then there were a few managers I didn't really particularly like at first, but then after a while I got used to them and we had a grand old time. I remember the first day I worked there, I was just really overwhelmed with what was going on, and I met a manager named Amanda, whom I haven't talked to in many years. Well, not many years, I guess like 3 or 4 years. I haven't talked to her in a long time. And she was actually really nice for the first year I met her. I told her pretty much everything, and I kind of opened up to her and vented to her about stuff, and she opened up to me and vented stuff to me, and then she and I lost contact. We don't really talk anymore, but that's okay. Let's see what other stuff happened. That's really cool stuff that happened at Chick-fil-A. I was usually on front counter at Chick-fil-A. I used to take orders, and let me just tell you, the customers at Chick-fil-A are very nice. Like, they're really nice people. They really are. I mean, they come in, they're like, "Hi there, how you doing? Can I get a number so-and-so with this and this? Oh, thank you so much." They're so sweet. They're very nice people. I think I only had one customer who came in and who was not very pleasant, and she was kind of like yelling at us, and my manager, Katie was a mixed bag. Katie was pretty cool, but then sometimes she'd get really frustrated with us really easily, so Katie was okay. But when we got in trouble, she was probably one of the worst managers to go to if you got in trouble, because she would not take your offense lightly. But she had to deal with the woman who was yelling. I just remember her, like, feeling so sorry for her, because this woman was like yelling in her face and telling her that she had never been treated like this before, and that she was not coming back to Chick-fil-A, and she was just really mad and wouldn't accept Katie's apology, and it was just really weird. That was like one of the only times I can recall that a customer was really ticked off. But every time else, like, customers would come in and they were just really nice people. Like, there wasn't really anything bad that ever happened at Chick-fil-A. The kitchen workers were really funny. There was Sophie and Taba, who were like indie. I don't know. I think they're Swahilan. That's what they are. But they're really cool. And they used to say, hey lady, how are you today? How are you today, lady?" And then Claudio and Jorge were back there. They were also kitchen workers. And they used to call me Barbie because my blonde hair and my blue eyes. They're like, "Hey Barbie, how's it going, Barbie?" And I'm just like, oh gosh, you guys. But I worked there for a very long time, and I really enjoyed working there. I didn't like headset when I was at Chick-fil-A. I hated headset. It was, headset was the worst, because you're sitting there, you have to freaking make milkshakes and drinks and take orders at the same time. Thank God there was also a window person separate, because if I had to do window, drinks, and headset all at the same time, I probably would not have been okay with that at all. But it was still fun. I enjoyed it. Usually at Chick-fil-A, I was in the lobby. I was the one taking care of trash, cleaning tables, straightening things up, talking to customers, which terrified me. Oh my gosh, it was terrifying to talk to customers. And I also had those times where my anxiety was kind of peaking up, and I would have to do a bunch of stuff at the same time, and I'd be like kind of like panicking a little bit. And there was Cow Appreciation Day, which was just a nightmare, because Cow Appreciation Day, if you guys don't know, Chick-fil-A becomes like freaking a battlefield. There's like so much going on. There's so many people there all day. Like, the freaking lobby is packed full of people in a line all day, and you can literally do nothing to clean the lobby. Like, you can't take out trash because people are surrounded by the trash cans. You can't clean tables. You can't do other stuff in the lobby because people are just everywhere, and it's impossible. And it was just really frustrating for me because I was in lobby that night, and I'm like, I can't even do anything! I can't do anything! I can't clean tables, I can't take out trash, I can't sweep, I can't do anything! And it was really frustrating because I kept like wandering around trying to find something I could actually accomplish while I was in there, and it just really stressed me out. And then when the night was over, and everybody went home at like 9:30 at night when it finally died down, and I was able to clean, the lobby was a freaking nightmare. It was a mess. It took me forever to finally get all cleaned up, and usually I'm really quick in lobby. I go out, I wipe tables, take out trash, sweep the floors, take care of trays and everything, and I'm like done in like 10-15 minutes. The lobby is clean, and then I just stock things because stocking is fun. And this was all like a year and a half ago. I haven't worked at Chick-fil-A since last May. Was it last May? Yeah, last May 2015. I stopped working at Chick-fil-A my last day. It was bittersweet. We actually had a power outage my last day, which was kind of funny. But yeah, Chick-fil-A was definitely one of the fun times of my life. I also did kids craft nights at Chick-fil-A. That was really fun. Before I started working at a preschool, I used to do kids craft nights where I would sit down with the kids and we draw pictures and we do all kinds of really cool fun stuff. And it was just awesome, you know, it was really, really fun and cool to do. And the kids would come in and they'd be so cute and they'd sit down with me, and there was always these same kids who came every single Tuesday. And there were Riley, Jonas, and this little girl named Casey. And they were so cute. They were the cutest little kids ever. They made the cutest crafts. And then there was this other girl, I can't remember her name now. Oh gosh, I think it was Megan? I think that's what her name was. But she came in all the time too, and she was actually kind of cool. She was like a 12-year-old kid, and she was really funny and really cool to hang out with and do kids craft nights with. And yeah, she and I haven't talked in a long time either. But I really enjoyed my time at Chick-fil-A. It was probably one of the 2 best years of my life. Like, honestly, it was so much fun. I really got to meet a lot of amazing people. There was this other guy named Brennan, whose last name was Ware, so we all called him Beware. Like, Beware, Brennan. It was quite funny. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. I keep saying that over and over again, but seriously, it was awesome. I used to do cow things. I used to dress up in a cow suit for the kids sometimes. We'd have birthday parties and all kinds of events from Keswick, I think that's how you pronounce it. It's a school, Christian school. And Chick-fil-A is a Christian company, which is kind of awesome. And that's kind of how I found God again. I mean, when I first started working at Chick-fil-A, I was kind of like, I was on borderline of being agnostic at that point. And then I talked to Rick, the manager I told you about, and he really helped me get back to God. And he helps inspire me and help me keep me motivated to keep going. So thank you, Rick, if you ever do see this video. But yeah, that's Chick-fil-A life in general. I'm going to also do 2 more videos, probably sometime this week or next week, talking about my pet peeves at Chick-fil-A and stuff I didn't like about Chick-fil-A, and then some big mistakes I made at Chick-fil-A that kind of caused me some trouble. But for now, thank you guys so much for watching this, and as always, stay determined. Like a boss! Love, Flowey!